Okay, I think now I am ready on both on Instagram and Facebook. Good morning, everybody, beautiful and strong women. It's Friday, is the last day of September. We are almost in October. And today, this morning, we are going to be talking about triggers. Why triggers? We are going to talk explaining why what a trigger is, why it's important that we address or we be aware of our triggers or we know our triggers, and then we are going to do a list of our triggers together. So have a piece of paper and a pen ready, or if you are watching this video later, you can do your list later. And this is Elena Rivera Galaz. I'm a nutrition coach, personal trainer, and master health coach. And I help women to build a plan that gives them long-term results without dieting, without exercising for hours, and without starving themselves. Absolutely not. By nutrition, exercise, and behavior change, there is a better way to reach your goals, to feel more energized, feel better with yourself, make friends with your body, and achieve your goals. There is a better way. And that's my mission and my passion in this world, to help you to find that better way that I found, and my clients are doing it as well. Triggers. So if you have questions, just let you know that I don't see who is there. So after the live video is done, I will see questions and I will answer all of them. So please, questions, answers. And if you want to work with me right now, I'm open to work with one-on-one clients. In next year, I have a surprise. I'm putting together a group coaching for women who want to find a better way to achieve their goals, lose weight, drop body fat, feel better, more energized, stronger, healthier, leaner, and change for a positive, make positive changes. Okay, let's get it done. Let's talk about triggers. What is a trigger? So trigger is an automatic response that creates an if-then scenario. Like if the trigger happens, then a specific reaction occurs. So trigger is not always a negative, could be positive. Like for instance, when you listen to a music and then you feel energized and happier. And a negative trigger could be if you said something negative, could be a thought. Like if you said something negative to yourself, maybe if you wanna, let's see, you wanna exercise, and then you tell to yourself like, you can't, you're not good enough, what is the point, you are gonna get tired, then you don't exercise. But not because you are lazy or lack of motivation. It's because that negative thought triggered you that specific reaction. So that's the why it's so important to be aware of your triggers. First, we can only change what we are aware of. Okay, if you are not aware of something, how are you going to change it? So when you are aware of something, opens the door for a change. You are aware first, and then you see it, and then you make the decisions to work on it or not. So why is important to know your triggers? Because when you know your triggers, you can go back to that long chain of links and start breaking one link after another. If you break the links, then you won't end up doing something that you don't want to do. And then it works also in a positive trigger. If you keep doing, if you keep helping yourself to have those positive triggers, then you're going to keep moving forward, achieving your goals, because you keep implementing and having positive triggers and allowing positive triggers in your life. So I'm gonna put an example. I'm gonna put myself as a negative trigger that happens to me last night. Okay, so because today on this live video, I wanna post a link where you are gonna find the 3 forms, beautiful forms that I created to help you to write down your triggers. And then I was working late at night, and I got very irritable. There was a situation where I got, I have a situation, my husband and I, because I was irritable because I was working late. Then I didn't do what I want to do with the forms, and then I couldn't sleep. I woke up super tired, and I didn't get my work done. So for me, I know that if I work late, if I don't follow with the boundaries that I put myself, that I said at a certain time I don't want to work, then this happens. I can sleep. When I'm working late, I'm more awake, and then it's super hard for me to fall asleep. And then the next morning, I'm super tired, and then the next morning, I don't perform the same. That's my trigger. How can I break that trigger? I have to go back, not the moment that happened, go back to my day and say, okay, in the morning, maybe during the day, I need to organize my agenda better to be able to do the things that are more relevant and prioritize my tasks so I can finish what is important during my work hours. Okay, I hope I learned from yesterday. But anyway, I will have that link if you want to grab that link and make your own list of triggers. I will have it ready so you can click. So stay tuned. So how do we, now that we know what a trigger is, why it's important to be aware of your triggers and know your triggers, now how do we make a list of our triggers? So there is I love this exercise that I learned going through my Master Health Coaching certification, and we use traffic lights. Okay, so green lights, and this is what you are gonna see when I post the link. This paper that is green is for green light. Green light means it's always good to go. Those are the positive triggers that brings the best of you, that make you keep doing the things that you want to do to achieve your goals, or to get things done and be in peace and happy. Those are the green light, always good to go. Then we have, on the other hand, the red light, right? Red light is stop, is unsafe to go. Those are the ones that bring the worst of you and lead you to do the things that you promise yourself over and over again that you won't do it anymore. And then the yellow list, we have a yellow list. The yellow light is caution. Is sometimes could be okay and sometimes not. Like for instance, if you are in a birthday party and there is a cake and you can eat a piece of cake, you are fine. You leave the party happy, good. But if you have that cake at home, then it's harder not to overeat it. See, same trigger, same cake, but if different situations can be okay and another situations not. Or maybe if you are, I don't know, at night you can have a glass of wine, you are fine. But in your weekend, you are with friends, then you drink, I don't know how many, more than you wanted. So let's start. Grab a piece of paper, because then I'm gonna send you these forms, and you're gonna have these beautiful forms to find your triggers. I'm gonna give you some examples, and then you can spend as much time as you need it to work on your own triggers. Okay, and then I will tell you what to do with those triggers. Okay, so let's start with the red ones. Okay, the ones that negative triggers bring the worst of you, and those triggers create a specific reaction that is negative. And I have some examples. Oh, I don't have the examples here. Okay, I'm gonna grab a pen. Oh, crap, not this one. What is this? This. And okay, let's see. So negative triggers, thoughts, emotions, feelings, like I said before, a negative thought. If you tell to yourself, I'm not good enough, or if you tell to yourself, I can do this. Those are triggers, thoughts that trigger a negative reaction. Then you don't do it. Could be something that is on your side, like if you, like a piece of cake. If you have that piece of cake on your house, sooner or later you ended up eating it, and it's nothing wrong with it, a piece of cake. But maybe you told yourself, or you have an intolerance, or you are trying to lose weight, and you know that right now you wanna reduce the sugar. That's a trigger. So maybe not having that cake at home can help you. A negative trigger could be, also for me, a negative trigger is when I'm very anxious and stressed. That's a no stop. When I don't sleep well, like last night, when I put too much things on my plate, on my agenda, and I get super stressed out, that's a trigger for me for binging or overeat. or sometimes when especially when I'm very tired. So those are negative triggers. What are some of yours? Write it down. You can do it later on, but think also in situations when I'm in a situation, in environments, maybe people, maybe you realize that hanging out with certain people triggered a negative reaction. Could be overeating, could be not getting attacks done, could be if you said that you want to exercise and then you always after work you spend time with these people or doing something else. Or as a mom, a trigger could be negativity. It's a big trigger. Like if you said, okay, I'm gonna go to exercise, and then you feel guilty because you are gonna, you are not gonna take care of your kids, so you have to ask for help, and then you ended up not going to the gym. That trigger. So the problem is not that you have kids or that you are busy, is that you told yourself, you self-sabotage yourself, telling yourself that you are a good mom because you are leaving your kids or asking for help. That's negative triggers. Let's move on to the list of green triggers that I have here. Okay, so green light triggers. Those are the good ones, the ones that bring the best of you and always help you to do the things that you want to do and achieve in today in this world. I have the world over there. So some of these are positive affirmations. For me, starting my day with positive affirmations help me to start my day with a positive mindset. Prep meals ahead of time. When I spend 1 hour, if I spend 1 hour on Sunday cooking, then it's so much easier for me to eat that food, healthy choices that I prep ahead of time. Having my gym clothes in my car after a long day of work, and I said, I'm gonna go to the gym, and then when I have the clothes and the gym bag in my car, that then chances are that I'm gonna end up going to the gym. If I stop at home, maybe I get, I don't know, I don't wanna go. So it always helps. If I have water on my desk, then I drink more water throughout the day. Positive trigger. Another one, I don't know, calling a friend when I'm sad. If I call a friend when I don't feel motivated, then I get the motivation and I feel better. If I have a snack midday, if we are talking about nutrition, then I don't binge later on. If I don't the red list, another one that is coming to me, when I skip meals, that's a no stop there. When I skip a meal, then chances are that I'm gonna overeat the next meal. So what are your green triggers? The ones that always help you to do the things that you want to achieve, or the ones that bring the best of you. And then we have the yellow light triggers. These are the ones that I was mentioning before. Sometimes are okay and sometimes not. Like the cake, the birthday cake in a party is okay, but not having it at home. So it's okay for me to have a treat when I had a good meal. But if I didn't eat anything, then having going to the store hungry and having a treat, probably the chances are that I'm gonna pick something that is more comfort food. That's for me. Like for me is always going to the store and doing grocery shopping after eating is something that helps me. So other yellow triggers, something that in some situations are okay and others no. For instance, having that glass of wine at night, I'm alone, I know is okay. But if I'm with friends, I always ended up maybe drinking more. Maybe that is you. What are your yellow triggers? So write down some of them and think about, and I know that sometimes take time, it's gonna take time to think about those things. Take time and write down the things that those triggers that you think, this thing here is okay, but not here. And the same with green and red. Let me know what you think about this. I know that my goal today is to help you to live today making a positive change. And how do we do That. After you do your list of triggers, then you pick one from the red list, okay? Pick one that you want to start working on. Please don't pick all of them because that is overwhelming. Pick one trigger. For instance, if let's start saying skipping meals. Because you see your list and you decide like, okay, I think this is the most relevant and this is the one. And pick one that is the easiest, okay? Don't pick the trigger that is the hardest to change. Make things easier for you, okay? We are gonna be successful and success breeds success. Pick one. And for instance, saying, okay, every time I skip a meal, then later on or at night I binge. I'm gonna start, I don't know, making breakfast. That's the meal that if I start with high protein breakfast, high fat breakfast, it's gonna help me to reduce my cravings later on. Let's start with that, with breakfast. Maybe start saying, I'm gonna start this week, 2 days, 1 day, I'm gonna start making breakfast. Even if I don't have time, I'm gonna make a smoothie. Pick one trigger and work on that trigger, only on one trigger. Then when you feel that trigger is getting easier, pick another one. And then from the green list, pick a trigger that you're gonna keep doing, a trigger that always maybe in the past helped you. Maybe you wanna start 5 minutes in the morning doing meditation or listening to positive affirmations or music or calling a friend. So pick one, or having water on your desk. Pick one, someone, something. So this is what I have for today for this live video. I hope this is helpful. And let me know if there is a topic or thing that you wanna know more about nutrition, exercise, behavior change. And I'm gonna post a link also for my free resources where I give tips for how to start losing weight. I help with meal prep. If that is something that you wanna start working on, grab my free resources. I have videos on how I do my meal prep in less time with healthier choices. And I don't spend hours cooking every week. And when I spend sometimes 1 hour on Sunday and I have food until Wednesday or Thursday, I don't have to cook, or I only have to cook some veggies. Grab my free resources, reach out to me. My website is perfectforme.com, and let me know what you think and I can't wait to see what your triggers are. Let's work together because, sometimes we all need a little bit of help, and that's okay. Ask for help when you need it. Have a wonderful weekend. This is Elena Rivera Galaz, and I will see you soon. Bye. Let me stop this live video on Facebook.